You are welcome to yet another episode of LFN What's Your Say? The leading listening show where we discuss important issues with important people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. R. Kelly is a name synonymous with chart-topping hits, but also a name steeped in controversy and decades-long legal battles. In this episode, we delve into the judicial process surrounding his case, specifically the decision to deny him bail and whether it undermined his ability to mount a proper defense for himself. The main pillar of the American legal system is supposed to be the presumption of innocence until one is proven guilty. And also embedded in this principle is the right to a fair trial. Bail, while often misunderstood, plays a critical role in ensuring that this pillar of justice is enforced, and guaranteeing a defendant's ability to prepare for their day in court. However, this was not regarded important for R. Kelly, who was facing heinous criminal charges at a time when attorney-client communication was in fact limited due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But what happens when bail is denied? R. Kelly was denied bail not just once but multiple times following his arrest on July 12, 2019 on charges of alleged racketeering, sexual exploitation of minors, and obstruction of justice.
R. Kelly, what do you want to say to your fans?
The court cited several reasons for this decision, including the nature of the charges, the alleged risk of witness tampering, and the perception that he might flee, all of which didn't make sense. Addressing the nature of charges excuse, we have seen individuals who have been accused of murder granted bail and allowed to attend court while commuting from their places of residence. These appear to be a lot more dangerous to the community than a man accused for matters of relationships that take time to establish. The point here being that it actually does take a shorter time for a murderer to kill another person than a man courting a woman to be with. So what was the argument here? Speaking of witness tampering, the facts that transpired later alone prove that the court was wrong in its deliberation. R. Kelly was eventually acquitted of the obstruction charges in the Chicago federal court. On the other hand, we saw the government together with the Bureau of Prisons officers engage in aggravated witness tampering, when they leaked his prison communications and used them to whisk defense witness Azriel Clary to the government camp. These after facts do not align with the court decision and excuse to deny R. Kelly bail. On R. Kelly being a flight risk, this was yet even more nonsense from the court that denied him bail. R. Kelly's life and business success is all rooted in this country, and considering his current financial status, he was not going to afford himself a worthwhile life on the run. Plus, he is R. Kelly. Where would he pass without being identified? The court's concerns were all invalid, and instead, they raised an important question. Did denying bail impede his ability to prepare a robust defense? For any defendant, preparing for trial is a daunting task. It requires countless hours of meetings with attorneys, reviewing evidence, strategizing arguments, and securing witnesses. And this process becomes exponentially harder when the defendant is incarcerated. Prison walls create logistical barriers, limiting communication and access to necessary resources. In fact, in R. Kelly's case, these barriers were very significant. According to reports, his legal team faced challenges scheduling meetings, accessing necessary documents, and reviewing evidence with their client. This lack of access may have hindered their ability to construct a comprehensive defense, especially in a case as complex and high-profile as his. Legal experts have long debated whether denying bail in cases like this tilts the scales of justice. While on one hand courts have a duty to protect the public and ensure the integrity of the judicial process, on the other, the right to effective counsel and a fair trial is fundamental. The court's actions inadvertently punished R. Kelly before he was convicted of any crime. Bail conditions such as house arrest or electronic monitoring could have mitigated risks while allowing him to participate more fully in his defense. Even if the government presented their concerns, they did not outweigh the defendant's right to prepare a proper defense. And in the end, we saw which party was more likely to obstruct justice through witness tampering. This prejudicial move in fact has profound implications not just for R. Kelly, but for the legal system as a whole. The debate over pretrial detention is not unique to R. Kelly. Thousands of defendants across the United States, especially those who unfortunately happen to be black face similar challenges every single day. According to the Prison Policy Initiative, over 400,000 people are held in pretrial detention on any given day. This is equivalent to 80% of the entire population of Malta. Many of them are there not because they've been convicted, but because they cannot afford bail or are deemed a flight risk. And the saddest part is a huge percentage of them are black, yet black people only account for only 14.4% of the entire population. This reality disproportionately affects black communities, raising questions about systemic inequality and the need for legal reform in our country. The system as it stands often penalizes defendants selectively and is always ready to undermine the presumption of innocence. In fact, we urgently need alternative measures such as increased use of monitoring technology, or conditional release programs to ensure that defendants can exercise their rights without the risk of compromising public safety, which is the usual excuse to deny them their right. Worse still, when they are dealing with targeted individuals in high-profile cases like R. Kelly's, these issues are usually magnified. Judges must operate carefully, ensuring that their decisions are rooted in law and not influenced by malicious individuals who usually bend the rules to keep innocent people locked up. The court could have imposed stringent bail conditions that address the court's concerns, while allowing the defendant to assist in their defense. In fact, this argument is not for one man R. Kelly but for the 400,000 people currently in custody without trial. It's about ensuring that the scales of justice remain balanced for everyone regardless of the charges they face. According to Tondo, falsehoods do not win. How can you keep a man who has done nothing but use his God-given voice to help people going through some rough times, myself being one of them? This is a facade and an untrue story. Where were these people all along? Meaning it's lies because it's unfair to keep someone for no good reason. And R. Kelly has not had a fair trial at all. He has not. Free R. Kelly today. If you wish to take part in a live interview discussing any of these topics, let us know by sending an email to sasha@lfnmedia@gmail.com for scheduling. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.